Okay, welcome Kim Willis again. Welcome to day 3, 5-day brand building challenge. And this one is called, What About a Shout Out? Let's get started. What is a shout out? It's when somebody says something nice. And what you want and what you need to do is to get people to say nice things about you, because that will help to build your brand, your credibility and your authority. So let's look at the topics. Facebook wall technique, commenting strategy, content sharing strategy, interview strategy, birthday strategy, help someone strategy, and testimonials. Let's do the hustle. And before we delve into those topics, just keep this in mind. The law of reciprocity. Okay? So, you need to have people saying nice things about you. You need to have people, edifying you, referring people to you, looking up to you, giving you testimonials. One of the best ways to do it is to practice the law of reciprocity. So you give first, and then something will come back to you. Not necessarily always from the person you just gave to, but if you just have this attitude of giving, it will come back to you in different ways and from different people. Okay, the law of reciprocity. All right, let's look at Facebook wall technique. Tips: comment on their posts, post on their wall, reply to their comments, use Facebook Messenger. Okay, so let's look at the first one, comment on their posts. Well, the way to do it is to select a small group of people that you're wanting to cultivate. Okay? People who are quality people, maybe they've got some influence, maybe they've already got some followers themselves. If they've got influence, they're bound to have followers. You comment on their posts. So we're talking about friends here, or if you've got a Facebook group, or you could do that as well. But you comment on their posts, and when you make a comment, make it meaningful. Okay, just keep that in mind. Not a yes, no, this is great kind of a comment. For this selected group of people, this small group, you make the comments meaningful. You add value to their content, to their post. Another one is to post on their wall. Just say something nice about it without sounding like you're trying to suck up to them. Okay, so you do a direct post on their wall. Reply to their comments. You can do that as well. If they comment, you want to encourage them to comment on your wall as well. Okay, but if they comment on one of your posts, you reply. If they reply to your comment on their post, you reply to their comment. Okay, got the picture? Use Messenger. I've done this plenty of times where I saw an interesting post from somebody. I commented on it, but I also pinged them on Messenger. All right, so it's about getting people to lean forward, come closer to you, metaphorically speaking. Let's look at number 2, commenting strategy, the tips. Make a meaningful comment, as I said. Now, let's explore it a little bit more. Meaningful comment, what's that mean? Well, you're commenting on someone's quality post, an issue-based post we're talking about. Somebody who has posted something that is valuable in its own right. Okay, maybe it's an authority post, and so you make a meaningful comment. I would say a paragraph of text would be fine. I would say that a short 2 or 3 or 4 word sentence is probably not fine. Okay, so you want to respond with a core comment, but you then want to flesh it out a little bit. Think about it. Don't just necessarily type the first thing that comes into your mind. Think about how you can construct the sentences within that paragraph. And by the way, you do it every day. You do it every day. And sooner or later, you're going to get into some good conversations on Messenger with these people. And one thing can lead to another. And before you know it, they're giving you a shout out in one form or another. Okay. Write a paragraph of text, as I said. Compliment them. This is another thing. So when you make your meaning, when you type up your meaningful comment, compliment them. You say, and you do the same in Messenger as well. You say, I so love this post that you wrote today on blah 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 topic. Okay. What prompted you to write about that? I'm curious. Okay, so you could say that in Messenger. As a comment on their post, you just say, "Great post, John. I really appreciate it. It's something that I've been thinking about myself, and here's my quick response." Okay, and then you just make a quick response. That's it. There you go. Now, content sharing strategy. It's good to share, okay, and don't worry about it. Even if they're a perceived competitor, it doesn't matter. You'll get your fair share because some of the glory will rub off on you. It will. Some of the glory will rub off on you. So nothing wrong with sharing. Okay, it's good to share. Share other people's content and tag them. Share their Facebook posts, blog posts, YouTube videos, whatever. It doesn't always have to be on Facebook. If you're active on Twitter, okay, you can retweet their comment. You can retweet their tweet, their post. You can send your followers their post as a comment. Okay, so you're not just retweeting, you're taking it to the next level because you're adding a comment. So you can do things like that on Twitter. So different types of content that you can share, and you can share it on whatever platforms you're involved with now. But you'd want to be sharing like good YouTube videos, good blog posts, and good Facebook posts. Okay, and you will get noticed when you start doing this, but you can't just do it once and forget about it. So you need to have, like, if you do it on Facebook, as I said, you have a hit list of 10 people, 20 people, 5 people, whatever it is that you're wanting to cultivate, and you've got to do it every day, really, for at least the first couple of weeks, and then you need to get into a conversation with them as well, a one-on-one conversation. Okay, as I say, a relationship is built. Who knows? They may buy something off you. Okay, next thing you know, they're going to give you a shout out. Even if they don't buy something off you, you're wanting them to say something like, "Gee, I really like what you're doing. I appreciate it. You're very good at networking. You're very good at connecting, just the way you've done with me." And what would I do at that point? Somebody says that to me. Say, "Thanks, John. That's great. Listen, can I ask you a favour? It's only a small thing, but it would mean a lot to me." They say, "Yeah, sure." You say, "Would you mind just saying something nice about me on my own wall, my Facebook wall? I really appreciate it. Just post on my wall. That'd be great." See, now you've got it working. I've done that many times. I don't do it so much now because probably because I don't need to. I'm so busy now. But when I was starting out, when I was really starting to get serious, when I was really getting serious with about social media, particularly Facebook and Twitter, I did that very thing. I asked them, if I helped somebody, if I gave value to someone, I'd talk to them on Messenger and I'd wait for them to tell me again that they like what I'm doing. And I'd just say, "Look, would you mind doing me a small favour? Small favour, small for you, but it means a lot to me." And then just tell them. There you go. That's what you want. You want someone to say something nice about you. And if we're talking within about the Facebook platform, you want them to say something nice in comments, but you also want them to post on your wall and say something nice there. Okay? Interview strategy. What's this about? Well, you interview someone. Do you have anyone interesting that you could interview? Even if it's only a 10-minute interview, do that. Or have them interview you. If you've got something worthwhile to say and you've got a willing accomplice, someone's prepared to interview you, but you can do it both ways. I've done that. I've interviewed someone and then I got them to interview me. And then you've got yourself some valuable content, which helps to... And basically, when they interview you, they're giving you a shout out, aren't they? When you interview them, if you do a good job, they're going to give you a shout out anyway, because they appreciate the fact that you put some time aside to give them an interview. See? So yeah, interviews work. Which reminds me, I should do another one. I haven't done one for a couple of months. So I need to get back into that game. But it works very well, and then you can leverage the recording, and you share it with your tribe. You see, and that helps to give you more authority, gets your brand up there. You know, people can see that you're a person on the move. You're going places. Okay, so you leverage the recording. Number 5 is the birthday strategy. This one, I don't do this now. Maybe I should start doing it again, but I did it for a 2-year period and it works pretty well. It's just that I stopped because I just had too much. I was overwhelmed with the clutter in my inbox, if you know what I mean. Okay, but send selected friends birthday wishes via Messenger. That's what I was doing. I was also posting on their wall, but a lot of their friends do that, but not many of them send them wishes via Messenger. Messenger is more of a personal medium, isn't it? So I was doing that, and it worked pretty well. People appreciated it. So there's the 2 things that you need to do there, and you start doing that. One thing leads to another. So it's a series of steps. We're cultivating people. Remember, we're farmers, not hunters. Okay, particularly in these early stages. You get to the point where you've got yourself a hot lead. Okay, well then you can put your hunter's hat on, and that's where you might follow up a little bit and you do a few things like that. But overwhelmingly, this is about farming. Okay. Number 6 is help someone. Tips. Sometimes it's good to give without strings. Okay. Without any thought of something in return, receiving something in return. Value will flow back in one form or another. As I said at the outset, it won't necessarily flow back from the person you gave value to, but because you've got this attitude of giving, it will flow back in different ways. So don't keep score. I gave this person something, so therefore that's not quite how the law of reciprocity works. Okay? It works on the basis, hey, I'm going to give without strings, within limits, don't get me wrong, we're not Mother Teresa's here, so there has to be some commercial intent here as well. But initially, just be a giver as best you can, and particularly to the people that count, the people that are on your targeted list. Okay, a small list of people that you're cultivating. So that's the way to look at it. Some of the returning value will be in the form of compliments and testimonials. I think that's a typo on compliments, isn't it? I just noticed that. I shall fix it for next time. Okay, so some of the returning value will be in the form of compliments and testimonials. I've got to tell you, I'm hopeless at spelling. I used to be good at it at school, but that was a long time ago. But at least I noticed it there. So at least I recognise the error. Okay, so as I say, some of the returning value will be in the form of compliments and testimonials. Let's move to the next point. Perfect lead in, isn't it? Testimonials. Let's do the hustler. Well, I kind of gave the game away earlier in the lesson. Do you remember what I said? Basically, you hustle for testimonials. And I still hustle for testimonials today in different ways. So, for instance, I release a new training product. I'm about to release a new training product. I might give a few people that who are within my close circle, early access, and then I say, listen, if you like it, could you do a testimonial for me? I'd really appreciate that. That'd be great. And of course they say yes, because they're in my inner circle, they like me and I like them, and and I tell them, listen, you want a testimony, I'll give one for you, give one to you. So this is where the reciprocity kicks in. And yeah, that is a quid pro quo kind of thing, isn't it? So tips: select 5 to 10 happy customers or team members. Yeah, ask them to do a quick testimonial for you. Video is best. It has more impact than text. Text is great. I use text. I create text-based content every single day of the week. It's great. It forms a part of an overarching strategy, and text works very well. But for testimonials, I don't think you can beat a video. So if they're comfortable using video, or even if they're not, if you can nudge them and maybe give them a few tips on how to put together a good video, do it. Now, what sort of video are we talking about? Well, just the obvious. They say something nice about you, or if it's about a product that they used, that you sold them, whatever, they say something nice about that. If you're developing your own products, okay, give them early access like I do. So yeah, and the video needs to be direct to cam, no notes. So you tell them that, okay? No notes, direct to cam. Length, 1 to 2 minutes. That's about it. It's not onerous for people to do it once they get a little bit of confidence and they get their head right. The second best type of testimonial is the text, but you've got to do it properly. You've got to prime them on what to say in the test. So you've got to educate them, right? And so, like, a good text-based testimonial can be very, very powerful. So you get the raw testimonial back from them. It's a text-based testimonial. You get it back from them. Well, what you need to do is to extract the most potent thing that they said in the testimonial and turn it into a headline. Right? It becomes part of your testimonial story. Okay? And then you also, the other thing you do is you include their photo. You've got to have an image there. So it's the photo plus the testimonial plus the headline. Okay? You get all of those 3 elements working right. Text-based testimonials work great. Okay? We're just going back to the video testimonial. Once again, you'd want to give it a good headline. So you listen to the testimonial, you watch it, and then you pick out something that they said that stands out, and then you turn that into a headline. Okay? Best time to ask? Well, you can ask at any time, but if you had to pick one great time to do it, it's going to be at what I call the point of delight. The point of delight. And when does that happen? Usually just after they've done business with you. So if you're building teams, okay, they've just joined your team. They're all excited. They're scared and excited all at the same time. Okay, well, get them to do a testimonial if not for you, at least for the company that they joined. But you really want them to give you a testimonial as well. Okay, so edify you. They've used the product. You've sold them a product and they've used that, and they're really excited about it. There's a point of delight there. So if they've just bought the product off you, okay, you could ask them for a testimonial there, or you could wait till they've used it, you do a follow-up, and they're excited about the result they're getting and how great the product is and all the rest of it. You say, listen, I wonder if you could do me a little favour, and it'll help to put your name up in lights as well. So you've always given benefit to the person that you're asking. And they say, yeah, sure, what is it? So you say, well, look, I wonder if you could just give us a testimonial, and I'll put your name there so people start noticing you, because you need to start building your own brand as well. You see? So that's what we do. We ask, we hustle for a testimonial. And you've got to do that. You can't just sit around waiting for them to give you a testimonial voluntarily. That may happen eventually, but you could be waiting 2 years before you get your first testimonial if you take that passive approach. You've got to be proactive, and this is a good example of putting on where you put on your hustler's hat, your hunter's hat. Okay, it's only a small thing to do. You just ask them, and worst thing they can do is say no. But I can tell you something: if you've got a good relationship with them, and you know that they respect you, and they're excited about whatever it is they're doing with you, they're not going to say no. Why would they say no? That would be insane. They wouldn't do it. Okay, so there's no rejection here. You just need to do it right. That's it. All right. Okay, that's it for today's lesson. There's my membership site. You want to know how to get involved with my membership site? I Am for Fun, team training for internet marketers. We've got all sorts of weird and wonderful ways of getting involved. Full-on one-on-one coaching, which, well, it is expensive. I'm not going to beat around the bush. But we've got entry-level group coaching programs. I've got one now that sells for, about the cost of 2 meals at a restaurant. That's about it. Just 2 meals, yeah. So I've got lots of different entry points, so you can just make an inquiry, and maybe I'll have a chat to you and give you the best option. All right, that's it. Don't forget to do your homework. Check the post for details of your homework, and then report them on the group itself. All right, this is Kim Willis. Bye for now.